1972 Volkswagen T2 Camper. This one was brought in from the States, I believe. UK registered last year. So V5 and all that sort of stuff ready to go. If you check the description, we'll detail what we know about where it was in the States, that sort of stuff. But let's start by having a look at the bodywork. If we start on this driver's side, if you look down the side, you can see it is nice and straight all the way down. Does need some tidying up here and there. We've got a crack in the paint where the paint's actually flaked off there, and some crazing behind it. And the same sort of thing, a little bit there, and some crazing coming up the actual door itself. You can just see that on the camera there. That's sort of covering the whole door on this side and a little bit on here. But more importantly, the seams, as you can see there, there's no sign of any corrosion in there. Inside the arches are all good and solid. I'm guessing it's come from a nice dry hot state. It's got some cosmetic blemishes, as you can see, but more importantly, it's straight and it doesn't look to be rotten, which is always the main reason for getting them from the US. You can see on the gutters there, nice and crisp all the way down. Nice big scratch along there. I'm not going to point out too many of the sort of cosmetic stuff because it wants doing, but it's more importantly, it's solid. That sill all the way along there is really, really good. Even around this area, all nice and tidy. Got a little bit of surface rust just in the door there with the paint flaking off. A bit of paint flaking off here and there, as you can see. And along that rail again. If we have a look at the gutter from there again, you can see nice and crisp all the way along. And then this seam here, again, nice and clean. The arch, solid all the way around. Good wheel and tyre on the back there as well. Bumper on the back, that sits nice and straight. It's been reversed into something, and I presume have the bumper replaced at some point because this is all sort of crunched in. There's a bit of filler coming through there, as you can see. Some flaking around the hinge areas, and then that same crazing all the way around on the paint. But again, the gutter on the back, despite being filthy, even where the paint's flaked off, it's lovely and solid. Both rear tail lights are nice and bright as well. I'm guessing that tail light must have been replaced since it's been crunched as well. If you look down the driver's side again, nice and straight. Hinge, the gutter rail on that side again. It's filthy dirty, but nice and solid. Seam all the way down there is good. And then you've got this rest of the crunch here, which is just sort of corroded. That all wants repaired. Obviously where the paint's broken, come through. Rest of the arch all nice and solid. We do have some paint coming off here with a standard American style filler in there. All the way along there. Nice and sharp. If we have a look underneath, you can see all the rails and everything. It is nice and clean under there. That's what makes me think it's come from a dry state. The door, again, has got some marks and things on it, as does the rest of the bodywork. Round onto the front, all the headlamps and side lights and everything nice and clean. Bumper sits straight, all nice and solid along the bottom of the screen, which again can be a bit of a corrosion area. Doesn't look to be letting any moisture in. We've had it outside for about a week now in this horrible rain, and there's no moisture coming through that seal that I can see. Moving on to the interior, again things like the step area, lovely and sharp and solid. If we lift that up, you can see, apart from being filthy in there, it's all good. Seats are quite dirty. Foam and everything is all still there. They're actually quite comfy, but they are dirty, like I say. Dash on this side is all nice and tidy. On the top is good as well. Go around to the driver's side and have a look. And again, door shut area, all nice and solid. On the seatbelt area, again, it can be a bit of a corrosion hotspot, but that's all good. Seatbelt has, steering wheel, sorry, has some wear on it, as you can see. It's showing 71,000 miles, but again, check the description, we'll detail what we know about that. Seat on this side, exactly the same as the other side. It's quite dirty, but foam and everything's all good. Start by having a look in the back here, I think. Again, bottom of the boot lid and everything, all nice and clean. It's not rotten. You can see inside that wheel well, that's all good. If we lift this carpet, again, lovely and clean under there. No sign of any trapped moisture anywhere. Same with the door shuts around here. All good. If we lift that carpet again, really nice under there. It's got the rock and roll style seat bed, some storage underneath and some old style US plugs. Yeah, that looks to be US plugs. It does have the pop top, which you can see there. But again, other than that, it's pretty much stripped. It needs the interior putting in. So it's a nice blank canvas to make it what you want. Have a look in the engine bay. Again, in here, pretty standard. Doesn't look to have been too much messed with. Not a lot really to see in the engine bay. One of those. We'll get it started up. Again, like I say, it's been sat for about a week or so in the rain. Got in it before to come and do photos in the video. It started on the button and ticked over straight away. Idling happy enough there. It's not spitting or anything like that. Nothing nasty flying out the back. So there you go. 1972 American import VW Transporter. If you've got any more questions, please get in touch. Thank you.